Right now.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So, I'm typing out this tweet. Yankees are in last place. Let's talk about it. The player we're going to use is Josh Donaldson because he's one of the worst players on the Yankees and he's performing terribly. This has to change. I'm putting him on this picture. Dylan, really bad loss, really bad Rockies team, really bad starting pitcher, and the Yankees couldn't pitch to them. They couldn't hit. It's bad, dude. It's really, really bad. This is terrible. We are in code red. We are code red right now. What do you think right now?
Yeah, no, we are 1000% code red. It is bad. I mean, losing to the Rockies is one thing, but now you're in last place. Like, we're officially in rock bottom. I don't think, I saw a tweet. They haven't been in last place at this stage of the season since like those 90s teams. And those 90s teams were awful, to say the least. Even the 2013 to 16 teams were not this bad. So, this is not a good thing. This is really bad. It's unfortunate that we have to sit here and witness this. It's unfortunate that even with the new hitting coach, nothing changed in day one, which, I didn't expect necessarily, but that first inning gave me a glimmer of hope that maybe something was going to change immediately. It did not. They got the two-run homer from Stanton and did absolutely nothing the rest of the way. Carlos Rodon was not fantastic, but I'm not going to be too hard on him yet. It's just his second start. He's still trying to build up some rust a little bit. He had some good moments, though, just, some bad balls that were put in play just off tough pitches, and it happens. But the offense, man, I mean, Austin Gomber had I saw your tweet. He had like an ERA in the sevens at home or something this season. I know he's been pitching much better of late, but I mean, come on, it's Austin Gomber. If this offense can't hit pitchers like that, then what are we gonna do? What are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's disappointing. I'm, just getting really frustrated watching the offense do what they're doing right now. We've said it time and time again. We need Aaron Judge back, but man, watching these games has become a deflating experience at this point. Because at this point, my expectations have gone this far down. I'm not expecting much anymore out of this team. They continue to disappoint me lately, and it's frustrating. I want to see this team win. We come here to talk about the Yankees because we want them to win. We don't want to see them, fail like this. This is just pathetic. It's pathetic, man. Gleyber Torres had a solid game. He went 3 for 4. Stanton had 2 hits, including the home run, and DJ had 2 hits as well. Everybody else put up duds, literal duds. Rizzo had 1 hit, and everybody else didn't even have a hit. That's embarrassing. That's pretty embarrassing. Austin Gumber, by the way, on the season currently now has a 6.19 ERA, which is one of the worst in all of baseball, and he somehow has a winning record. By the way, I find that kind of funny that he's 8-7 with an ERA that high, but that's sad. And I'm just gonna read off here the OPSs from this team. I'm not gonna. I'll read off the ones from the guys who started today. Torres 747 OPS, Stanton 735, Rizzo 750, Bader 728, Donaldson 684, DJ LeMahieu 647, IKF 673, Anthony Volpe 674, Kyle Higashioka 675. Jose Trevino, I'm just going to say him even though he was a sub, but he usually plays 571. Not a single one of these OPSs is above 750. It's above 750. I mean, Aaron Judge's OPS is in the thousands, and I'm not putting everyone to Aaron Judge's standard, but I mean, when the rest of the guys aren't even in the 800s in OPS, that's bad. That's bad. That's a showing of just how bad the guys around him have been. They've truly been that bad, and it's not watchable. It's not watchable. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, you cannot lose to a Rockies team that has entering this game the worst record in the National League, one of the worst records in all of baseball. They're gonna have a top 3 pick in next year's draft. Well, actually, I don't know if it's still the same format because of the whole lottery thing. But point is, they're gonna have a very high draft pick. They are not competing in that NL West division, and we just put up a stinker against them, an absolute stinker. Like I said, losing to the Rockies is one thing. Sometimes those games just happen. Where this team has been right now, though, I mean, this has been a normal trend, and it's a concerning trend. It's alarming. It's not good at all. It's very concerning. We can sit here all we want and say how concerning everything is, but man, this is rock bottom. We're in last place. We are 92 games into the season, and we are in last place. That's rock bottom. It's going to be an uphill climb now to even get into the postseason. And we still have no idea when Aaron Judge is going to be back. Yes, it was encouraging to see he took batting practice today, but he's clearly still not like really close to coming back because he's still gonna have to go on a rehab assignment. So realistically, you're looking at the very least, at the earliest, like a late July/early August return. So I mean, this team needs to pile up wins now, and losing to a Rockies team, that's a bad look. It's a bad look, especially considering that they just had this All-Star break. You thought maybe things would get better out of after that. They didn't. It's really upsetting. I know I've been talking a whole lot to start, but I just had to let this out, man, because it's really frustrating. I want to give you a chance to speak, though. So, what are your thoughts on not only today's game, but just the outlook of this future and like what's going to happen the rest of the season? Because I don't know about you, but I'm very concerned. I'm really, really concerned.
Yeah, I'm code red, man. This is bad. Okay, so the Yankees are now 2 games out of a playoff spot. They're probably going to drop to like below 50% odds to make the playoffs. They don't have any immediate help in the next 2 weeks. They got through a big part of their soft schedule. They haven't been taking advantage. They can't beat bad teams. They can't beat good teams. They can't beat any teams. Their pitching isn't good enough at times. When their pitching isn't good enough, their hitting isn't good enough. I mean, this is bad. Dylan, we are in a really bad spot. I don't know if this team's gonna make the playoffs. At least 2 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? But they're gonna make the playoffs. They might suck, but they're gonna make the playoffs, and that's all that matters. And I said I was gonna be optimistic as long as the Yankees hold the playoff spot. The season's not over if the Yankees hold the playoff spot. Dylan, this is where we're not in a playoff spot. So what's the move here, man? I don't know what to say.
The prognosis just doesn't look good. That's all I need to say. I mean, yes, they can maybe get hot at some point, maybe add some pieces at the deadline, but man, if they don't do anything at the deadline to address the clearly glaring flaws of
Yep.
this team,
Yep.
then we are in trouble. We are in
Talk.
trouble. That's all I need to say. If they don't go get bats that they need, if they don't address the lack of pitching depth right now, if they don't address any of those things, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. Yes, at maybe like a month ago or a month and a half ago, saying that we are in trouble would have came off as a stretch. If you're Hal Steinbrenner, he said that I don't know why the fans are upset 3rd week of June, which that was halfway through the season. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But if this was early, mid May or something like that, it would be reasonable to hold out some optimism. We are in mid-July. We just passed the All-Star break. We are 92 games into the season. We are more than 50% into the season. It is time to get really worried. It's time. I'm just being honest. I've been a pretty level-headed person most of these streams. I've been, optimistic most of the times. I've been, saying, "Oh, they'll figure things out hopefully soon." I'm worried, man. I am worried. It's really, really, really scary. And I see you've been making a look on your face that like you just saw like a ghost. I'm curious to hear what you are looking at
You
before I
have to
continue.
see this
So
comment section, man. You have to read this comment section. You have to. Absolutely have to. We have a
let
banger.
me
We already have. I mean, this is a top
let
five.
me check this out. Let me check
This is
this
a
out,
top
man.
five. This is immediately one of the 5 funniest things I've ever read.
Why don't we pull up some comments and we can dive into them? How
All
about
right.
we do that? How about we do
James
that?
Veer. But guys, God bless. I hope the family's doing good. Just a quick question. Do we think Sean Casey, being the kind of hitter he was and the area he played in, could really have an impact on DJ? Hold on to that second part. Being that DJ is just I hit a ball type of guy. Sean Casey as well, lol. James, first off, thank you so much for the good wishes. I hope you and your family are doing well. Appreciate you stopping by as always. So,
Absolutely.
I think there is a positive impact that Sean Casey can have on DJ LeMahieu. I think the thing the Yankees were struggling with here was that the message I don't think they're upset with. I think it's the messenger, and I think that messenger being Dylan Lawson wasn't really working for them. They wanted to get rid of him in the offseason. I don't know if you saw that John Heyman report. I don't really think I don't really think the players, were resonating with him. And I think, when you don't resonate with players, that definitely doesn't bode well for your confidence and making adjustments. And maybe certain guys felt, they had to make adjustments externally, like Anthony Volpe having to make adjustments with Austin Wells rather than his own hitting coach. That's a little weird. But realistically speaking here, I don't think Sean Casey's there to like change the philosophy. I think he's just there to help guys get comfortable with the plate again because a lot of guys look uncomfortable right now, except for like Giancarlo Stanton, who had a pretty good day today, and that was pretty encouraging. But yeah, a lot of these guys look dead in the waters, and Sean Casey's here to hopefully reinvigorate these guys, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much where it's at. That's pretty much how it is. It's not like you're gonna expect anything out of Sean Casey immediately. I mean, I didn't expect anything urgently to come out. I thought like, just he would help a little bit down the stretch. I didn't expect a day one impact. I thought in that first inning we saw a day one impact when Stanton hit a 455-foot nuke at the start of the game. I was like, man, maybe he did change something already. Maybe he is making an instant impact. No, then the rest of the offense put up a dud instantly after that. Looked like the same old thing that they were before they fired Dylan Lawson, before we entered the All-Star break. So that was very discouraging. I was very disappointed in that. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna put out opinions on Sean Casey after one game. It's one game. I'm gonna wait before I really give a proper judgment on Sean Casey. And who knows, maybe the hitting coach situation wasn't even really the problem. Maybe, I'm not necessarily saying they made Dylan Lawson a scapegoat, but maybe, they just need to try to change something to make it seem like, they care a little bit more, which, I would rather see them be urgent and try to make changes than not. But at the same time, I feel like, part of the issue goes to the players currently playing right now and that they're just not playing good baseball. I think that's part of the problem. Maybe the hitting coach thing was an issue because, like you said, I mean, Anthony Volpe getting lessons from a player that is currently in Double-A right now over his hitting coach is, of course, very concerning. But at the same time, these guys are not performing well at the plate whatsoever. And these guys are big league hitters. They're mature enough to be able to adjust on themselves. I'm not saying that coaches are not necessary. No, I'm not making that, type of insinuation at all. But, these are big league hitters. Most of these guys can make the adjustments on their own. Watch the film, see what they're doing differently, and make changes. And the coaches are there to help you reinforce what you noticed and help you kind of make that adjustment. They're there to help you, but they're not necessarily there to hold your hand and tell you, all right, this is how you're going to swing a bat today. You know what I mean? So, things like that, you can only put so much blame on the coaches, and you got to look at the hitters. You got to look at who's actually playing. You know what I mean? Guys like DJ LeMahieu, Giancarlo Stanton, Anthony Rizzo, these guys have been in the league for a very long time now. These guys know how to play the game of baseball. They know what adjustments should be made when they're struggling. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of some thoughts I have on it. I do think Casey can make a difference. I'm not saying that he's not going to, but I think they need to do more than just adding Sean Casey as a hitting coach. They need to add better bats. They need to add some more reliable bats. Provide some stability because clearly the guys that are in the lineup right now are just not cutting it. It's as simple as that. That's where I see it at least, but I don't know if you think differently. But that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at with these guys. It's got to get better. It's got to get better. The guys have to play better. Like coaches can't fix bad plays, bad players. Now they can't do everything. They're not miracle workers, especially halfway through a season. Breaking news: Place on the aisle with an illness after he looked and heard the Yankees' offensive stats, and then the comment of the night. I mean, you guys are gonna have a really tough time topping this comment. He was fatter. I mean, it's a great one. That's an iconic one. LA Yankee King, you have the best comment on the Fireside Yankees post game live series ever. Congratulations, you won the award. There's no prize money. Maybe we'll give you prize money at some point. We probably won't. But yeah. So moving on. Instead of paying Soto or Ohtani a lot of money, I look for a person who looks like the assembly of the Atlanta team and give him the money. Daryl Leone, first off, glad to see you here, man. Hope you're having a good night. Number two, yeah, dude, everyone sucks in this lineup right now for the most part. A lot of these guys are not good hitters, and that's not fun. So maybe there's a developmental issue. Maybe there's an approach issue. I don't know what it is, but it's rough. Maybe the players aren't good enough. I think it's the players aren't good enough. Like, you're not fixing 37-year-old Josh Donaldson. He's cooked beyond belief. So let's not get there. But yeah, no, Dylan, what do you think, man? You want it? You think an Atlanta guy's coming and fixing this, man, or do you think it's got to be the players?
I think it's gotta be the players, man. We've come on here and talked about that Atlanta team and how they run their organization all the time, but not every organization can have a guy like that. It's just simple as that. Doesn't even necessarily mean you can bring the Atlanta guy here and then we become like that gauntlet. No, I think it's just the players. I really think it's the players. You know, you have Giancarlo Stanton, who's hitting below 220. I know he had a good game today, but you got him. DJ LeMahieu hitting 224. Josh Donaldson hitting a buck 20. I mean, you can't. That's not like a thing you can really like blame. Uh, always blame ownership for. I mean, they're just not performing. I mean, like you can only put so much blame at like guys like Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman, or anyone else in the front office, or Sean Casey tonight. You can only do so much blame on them when the guys that are out there performing are playing absolutely terrible. I mean, there's only so much you could say. I mean, I read off the box score for you guys, and Gleyber Torres, Stanton had multiple hits, and then I think it was Rizzo who had a hit, and then literally everybody else put up a dud. That's bad. That's bad team baseball. When 75% of your lineup, or 66% if you want to be technical, is putting up zero hits. That's bad. That's really bad, especially against a Rockies team who had an ERA in the 5.7s or something like that this season. The worst record in the National League, one of the worst records in baseball. I mean, that's on the players. Like yeah, we can go get like an Otani or a Soto, and that'd be awesome. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you know, they still have to do some work around the other guys, man. Because last time I checked, baseball is a 25-man sport, not a one-man sport, and this isn't like basketball where one guy can carry a whole team. And I think we're clearly seeing that right now because Judge Liddy goes down and we become one of the worst teams in baseball. So, you know, it's the players. It's the players. They need to tighten up, come up there with better approaches. Just make solid contact and just do the right things. Because some of these guys are coming up there right now looking like high schoolers, and that's not a good thing at all whatsoever. It's bad. It's really, really bad.
Yeah, this feels like rock bottom, man. This is
It
rough.
doesn't. It's not, man. It don't even feel like rock bottom. It
No, this
is
is
rock
rough.
bottom.
This
It is rock
I don't
bottom.
know if this
You can.
is. It could get worse.
y- y-
It could get a lot worse.
Well, we are in
It
last
could
place
get a
90
lot
games into the
worse.
season, and yes, maybe it can be a lot worse because
Oh, it could get a lot worse.
maybe you're right. Maybe it can be a lot worse because we're not like the Padres or the Mets where they were at one point like 8 or 9 games out of a playoff
Damn,
spot.
you just threw
But
two strays. Holy shit. Okay, man.
look, man, I'm just being honest. There
Toss
are
two
teams out
strays.
there that
Holy
had
shit.
higher hex. Look, man, no, I'm not trying to throw strays out there. Maybe there are Padres or Mets fans watching, but just being realistic, there are other teams out there that have had higher expectations and that, quite frankly, are performing worse. That's just a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. But at the
Yep.
same time, for the New York Yankees right now to be in last place in this division, lower than the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue
Yeah,
Jays,
it's not good.
who are just the Blue Jays have been better lately, but still the Blue Jays, and you're worse than them. 90 games into the season, during your soft part of the schedule, like you mentioned earlier. The schedule in July is supposed to be fairly easy. I mean, you're playing the Rockies and then I think the Angels after, who don't have Trout. And if you're gonna put up duds against the Rockies, then that makes me lose hope. That makes my faith go down a lot. You know what I mean? Like the Rockies are a team you should handle. They are. It's as simple as that. You should be able to handle the Rockies. You should. And
Yeah.
if you can't handle the Rockies, then I don't know what to tell you. If you're struggling to do good against them, even without your superstar player,
Yeah.
that's really bad. That's really bad. And like I said, again, hate throwing strays out to teams. It's just I'm trying to be realistic here, and it's just true. Those two teams that I mentioned, they've had high expectations and they're not performing well. I'm not throwing an opinion. That's just a fact. The stats will tell you it. Their records will tell you it. All that stuff. Their payrolls will tell you it too. And I'm not. And the Yankees have been bad too. I'm not sitting here not acknowledging that the Yankees have sucked right now. It's been awful to watch them play. It has been. But like you said, maybe it's not rock bottom because maybe things can be worse. But if we're talking about this season overall and where things have been going, this is probably their lowest point. This is probably their lowest point, considering how they entered the All-Star break off of a really bad Cubs loss on my birthday. So my birthday got
Oh,
ruined for a second day in a row. Yeah,
hold
second
on.
year in a row, excuse me. So yeah.
If you if
Anyways, what's
do
up?
you know that meme where it's like it's from Phineas and Ferber, Dr. Doofenshmirtz is like, if I had a penny for every time blah so and so happened, I'd have 2 pennies, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. It's like, if you had a penny for every
Yes,
time
dude.
the Yankees
I had a
blew
penny.
a lead on your birthday, you'd have 2 pennies, which
Yeah,
is not a
I'd have
lot,
two
but
now.
twice.
My birthday's had some weird moments, man. Derek Jeter hit his 3,000th hit on my ninth birthday, and then last year Clay Holmes imploded in the bullpen on my birthday, and then this year, Gleyber Torres error implosion. So yeah,
Jesus
maybe
Christ, man.
either my birthday brings the best of luck because Jeter got his 3,000th hit, or it brings the absolute worst of luck. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just the ultimate jinx.
Crazy, dude. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Let's see what else we got here. I'd rather sell at the deadline, even though I don't know who the hell anyone would want on this team, anyways. Um, I don't know if we're in sell territory, but we're
No,
getting a
we're
little
not.
too close. We're getting a little too
We're not
close to
in
that
sell
fire.
territory, but
I can feel the
we're
warmth from that fire.
we're pushing it a little bit, man. We're
I
pushing it
think a
just a
little bit
little.
is a
We're
stretch. I think
yeah,
we're
we're pushing it.
I think we're
You get the
shoving that
point,
thing.
man.
I
You get the
think
point.
that thing's getting shoved.
Oh man, I hope not. I really don't want to get into that sell mode at
I do
all.
not.
I don't want a repeat of those 2013 to 16 teams where we're selling
No,
everything. Like I don't want that, man. I
no,
want to
dude.
add. We got to
Yeah,
prove
dude.
we're worthy of adding.
We
And
want
yes, our record is still
Juan
above 500, but
Soto.
we're in last place, man. Like that AL East
Juan
is tough.
Soto.
Soto, man. Soto
Give me
or
Juan
Otani,
Soto.
please.
Both. Give me everyone. Give me every. No, I mean,
Mm,
realistically
y-
speaking, I don't think they're gonna get either of them.
mm,
But it'd be
Probably
cool.
not.
Be
It'd be awesome,
nice.
yeah.
Be fun.
Yeah,
I'd have
yeah.
something to look
I,
forward to.
Yeah, all these reports come out of, these reporters insinuating that the Yankees are major players in these type of deals and that they have to get it done. They never get it done. They never do. They don't
I
get it
actually have some
done.
notes in my notebook because I was taking notes.
I'm
During
interested to see these notes.
great notes here, unbelievable notes. Okay,
See,
so I
Ryan keeps
actually
track of
wrote.
the.
So
See, Ryan writes
I
notes and
rank
keeps
Heimer
these.
Candelario in like 15 different pages, at least 3 different times. But
Maybe we need to up the
here's
ante
my
now and turn it to Juan Soto.
well,
Maybe we need to.
Heimer Candelario got hurt. So anyways,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
not great.
that
Ryan Garcia, yes, some curse strikes
that's
again. Anyways,
unfortunate.
so I was thinking, right, the Yankees, if they're gonna do anything at the deadline, do something exciting. Juan Soto, oh my god, what if you don't win the World Series? Okay, cool, extend him, right? Because think about it, you're trading basically for a Aaron Judge when he was a rookie. Because Aaron Judge when he was a rookie was 24. Juan Soto's currently 24. You're trading for rookie Aaron Judge, but a left-handed hitter. That's what you're basically trading for. And you would trade anything for that. So just get it done. Make me excited. Let the fan base get jazzed. Let us have a fun postseason. Get excited for the season after. Be like, all right, healthy squad. Let's go, guys. Have a really good team. And the excitement, you get the buzz. And then, one big thing here that I think really, really matters, dude. I Dylan, I wake up every day and I'm 5'7". Like realistically speaking, I'm actually 5'7".
5'2".
I'm 5'7". No, realistically, I'm probably 5'7". And every day I wake up thinking, you know what? Today I'm going to grow an inch more. Sometimes I'm 5'6" instead of 5'8". I'm not even 5'8" any days, but it never happens. But here's the thing: if Juan Soto was on my team, I'm not measuring myself every morning. You know what I'm doing? I'm writing. I'm in the lab. I'm locked in. I'm watching every goddamn pitch. I am with a smile. The Yankees will be down 55 to
See
0.
that he'll become one of those guys. If you go,
I'd be the
he's
biggest
gonna be one of
Yankees
those guys. Like
chills
if you
on
go
the
to the stadium with
planet.
the guy, he's gonna be one of these guys where if you go to the stadium with Ryan here, he's gonna say, "Guys, shut up. Juan Soto is hitting. Don't talk to me." And he's gonna
Yeah.
lock in.
Nah, dude.
He's gonna watch it like, don't talk to me.
Nah, dude. I'm gonna be locked in, dude. I'm telling you. I'd be like, yo, dude, if for some reason, unfortunately, I was unaware that Juan Soto would become a Yankee. And so I plan a date with, let's say, maybe maybe I had a hinge match, maybe I'm not joking about that. Maybe that part was serious. But anyways, shout out my girl, anyways. Let's say, I scheduled a deal with her on August 1st, but Juan Soto got traded for to the Yankees on the 31st in his first game. Was August 1st. The date gets canceled, bro. I'm watching Juan Soto, dog. You know what I mean? Like, that would be, imagine the buzz, the excitement. Could you imagine Yankee Stadium's first game with Juan Soto at the plate, man? That would be special. You'd make all the money back. He's a 20 dude. He's Aaron Judge. You're trading for left-handed Aaron Judge. Yankees, go big. I don't care if you don't make the playoffs without this year. If you get Soto, I'm not going to care as much. Just get me Juan Soto, please. I really want Juan Soto. That's all I got to say.
We're
Dylan.
manifesting it, man. We're manifesting it.
Want to say hi. Morning Brew Sports Network. How are you guys doing? Our guys, Judge, he's got the Judge Burger. The Soto Mofongo, yo. Okay, so Dylan, I do not know if you ever had Mofongo before, but it is a wonderful, beautiful dish. It is a wonderful, amazing dish. It's incredible. It's like plantains. You dip it in like a chicken, like stock kind of thing. Not actually chicken stock, but it's like, it's a flavoring. It's amazing. And outside with the hookah. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. This right here. This is what I'm talking about, dude. Sandy. Yes. Soto Mofongo sounds delicious too. Think about it. Just think of what you would have here, Dylan. Think of the marketing success you would have here. This would get the city going. Dylan, this team would be the most exciting New York Yankees summer you have seen in your entire life. This would be the team.
Hey, I don't doubt it.
Goes to the Miracle Run. This would be the team that gets the job done because they would have finally done the thing that they've never done in the Brian Cashman regime, and it's get that guy. They have settled for second best. Not Bryce Harper, Giancarlo Stanton. Love Stanton, but he's not better than Harper. Let's be real here. Luis Castillo, Frankie Montas. You have Justin Verlander, Sonny Gray. Nathan Eovaldi, J.A. Happ. Giancarlo Stanton, J.D. Martinez even. You're just – and Duhar Devers, right? Like these player developments, these selections, this is really, you're getting outclassed, right? Go out and get that guy.
Don't forget about Rizzo Freeman, too.
Right. Rizzo Olsen
/ Freeman, whatever you want to put it in that, same
going
thing.
for Donaldson and IKF instead of Correa and Urshela, even if it was just 1 year of Correa. They have never gone out and gotten that guy, a guy who's going to go win the MVP every year. A guy who's going to go out there and be a superstar caliber player, play 150 games, go out there left-handed, unbelievable, beautiful contact skills, no concerns about strikeout slumps, no concerns about bad swing decisions, no concerns about power, no concerns about injuries. This is the perfect player. Shohei Ohtani's a different level. I get it. But considering
Shohei Ohtani's on top of the world, man.
Right, but considering what you'd be able to extend this kid at, the point in his career he's at, this is A-Rod without a bad record. Imagine A-Rod without a bad record. Imagine what that career looks like. Imagine how there's a cult following for Alex Rodriguez, for a lot of people that grew up and their main team was the 09 Yankees. They don't care about the steroids. They don't care about the bad postseason performances in 04, in 05, in 06, and in 07. All they care about is that 09 run. That's how, and he's really popular amongst a lot of Dominicans. He was my favorite player as a kid. He's my guy, right?
I have his jersey.
Right, he's an extremely popular player. From a marketability standpoint, yes, there's that, but also just he's an unbelievable talent, an incredible talent. That guy with Aaron Judge.
You're making me reminisce that like 09 infield, man. That 09 infield. Teixeira, Cano, Jeter, A-Rod, and Posada. Making me reminisce. You're making me reminisce.
Could you imagine if Wells can become a serious bat and Pereira can hit and Volpe finds it and you still got Judge in there. You add a guy like Soto. I mean, good Lord. You got a young core right there. Soto, Pereira, Wells, Volpe. You wouldn't actually, if you got Soto, you probably wouldn't have a lot of those guys.
Yeah, a lot of those
Soto,
guys you'll be
go
talking
trade
about
for
San
like
Diego.
Bellinger and like extend him. I don't know. You could go like Soto. You're like Bellinger's 27, so you extend him. You trade for Soto, extend him. Let like Peraza be the third baseman, Volpe be the shortstop, Torres is your second baseman, Rizzo is your first baseman, Trevino and Rortvet are your catchers. Wells is still in AAA. You got to let him play AAA and kind of move around a little bit before you start talking about that. Bader's Bader probably not staying long term. I'm not sure about that. But you got Judge and Wright, Bader. So Judge, Bellinger, Soto, Rizzo, Torres, Volpe, Peraza, Trevino, Rortvet. You have your rotation. I mean, that's a young team, right?
The
How many
next
guys
core
over 30
four.
there? Judge, Rizzo, and Trevino. And that's it. Everyone there is 27 at second base, 22 at third, at 20, 23 at third base, 22 at shortstop, 22 in left field, 28 in center field, and 32 in right field. That is a ball club. That is a core. That is a team you can build. That is a team you can build a contender around.
You guys can't see this one, but I have a poster right alongside my wall, right? It says the next generation on it, and it has Bernie Williams, Derek Jeter, and Andy Pettit on it. It's an old poster. It's a really old poster. We're talking like, late 90s type poster. Could you imagine a poster like that, but it has like Judge, Soto, and like like Volpe or something on it? Could you imagine? Like
you can live with Peraza.
I wish I could show the poster, but I can't. It's in a tight spot. My room is not the best looking.
You know what
But,
I'm thinking of right now?
But you could just imagine it. Just one of those posters with those three guys on it. And,
Dylan,
yeah.
I just convinced myself that Oswald Peraza should be a third baseman. Hear me out. If you get Soto and you get Bellinger and you put Peraza at third base, Peraza, if he gives you a 105 WRC plus and great defense, great base running, is he not going to be a 3-WAR player? A little 105, good speed, 8-hitter, not 7-hitter. That's not a bad player. That's a solid ball. That's a solid hooper, right? You have Volpe there.
Yeah, man.
You have Torres at second, Rizzo at first. That's your
Don't
infield.
even do anything crazy.
Trade
just, be
everyone else.
serviceable.
Yeah, everyone else gets sent into the fucking moon, right? Scott, who's the, hold on, timeouts. Because I'm thinking, what I'm thinking of right now, the greatest team of all time, 1998 New York Yankees. I've got to prove something to myself here. Scott Brocious was not okay. Yeah, he had 123 WRC plus. Okay, maybe I'm bugging.
Yeah, Scott Brocious was also the whole playoff hero, man.
Right, but the year after, 82 WRC plus. The year after that, 71. He was a great defender, good base runner. Chuck Knobloch, I don't think was also like crazy like that either. I know he was cool. I don't think it was crazy like that. Let's see. With the Yankees, 105 WRC plus 98, and that was a 2.7 WAR season.
And of course, the game was different back then.
Right, but
that. But
this is a good ball. This is a good comp here. Give me a 105.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
That's fire. That's a good ball player. Torres can stay at second, right? He's cheap.
Could you imagine Peraza becoming the new Scott Brocious in the playoffs, hitting 2 clutch home runs in the same World Series? Could you imagine that?
I trust him. I trust the kid. He's gonna make good swing decisions. Torres, 109 WRC plus. Okay, I get mad at Torres sometimes. He's gonna hit 20 home runs with a 110 WRC plus. That's fire.
But he might lead the league in errors.
So. Right, but you know what?
Look, man, I love this is the way I see it. I like Gleyber's bat. I do like Gleyber's bat. However, if it doesn't, improve from where it's at right now, add some more power, get on base more, is it worth the defensive struggles? That's something you have to consider. Something I gotta consider.
Fair, but I don't think
it's something I gotta consider.
I think
and I want to emphasize too, I'm not part of the Gleyber hate crowd or whatever, and I'm definitely not one of the guys that say Gleyber's lazy. No, I'm just somebody that thinks logically here, baseball speaking wise, gotta consider it, gotta think about it. I think Gleyber is a valuable second baseman. I do think he's a good hitter at his position. It's a position that doesn't have a lot of offensive talent. However, it's not like 2019 where he was hitting 38 home runs. He's just right now he's probably on pace to do what? Maybe like 20 home runs and hit 240, which is not the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, is it worth all the errors? Because some of the errors he's made have cost us wins. I'm just being honest. You could literally look at last Sunday. there's probably another game in the back of my head where he made a bad error. I'm not saying that again. I'm not saying he's the sole reason why we're losing games. No, but defense does matter a little bit. I'm not, of course, I want them to score runs, of course, but at the same time, defense matters. And if you're not putting up like superstar numbers on offense and you're making a lot of errors, it could be a bit of a problem. Not saying it's the worst thing. I've seen worse things. Trust me. We have Josh Donaldson playing every day, but
Yeah.
it's just something that I could raise the question about. Not necessarily something that I'm sitting here saying, no, it's absolutely not worth it. No, I'm not sitting here and saying that. I'm just saying it's something to keep in mind, I think. But if you disagree, you disagree. If you agree, then great. If you disagree, great. I'm all for that. But that's where I stand on it. Maybe it's a hot take to some, but yeah, just throwing the question out there. That's all. Something for people to kind of consider.
Right. So I'm putting together this lineup, and I want and low key, this might be the most perfect team I've ever put together. Hold on, I think I found it. Just got a 9. We're just gonna say cat. We're just gonna announce that. All right. So you put Cody Bellinger in center field, Aaron Judge in right field, Juan Soto in left field. Giancarlo Stanton DH, he hits 4th. Glaber is 2nd, hitting 5th. Bader center field 6. Volpe shortstop 7. Peraza third base 8. Trevino versus lefties. Fort versus righties. That is the New York Yankees. That is a World Series lineup. I don't care what anyone tells me. That has the it factor. That has that. They have that. You know what I'm talking about? That's the formula. I just put together a World Series. That team would win the World Series. I guarantee you that.
Make Ryan
That
Garcia
team
the
would win
GM right now.
That team would win the World Series. I feel it. I feel it, and I know it. I know it. I'm just saying. No, seriously, I do. And then that pitching. So you trade a lot of guys, sure, whatever. Oh no, it's over. Nope, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 6 or 7 of your starters are under 30 years old in that lineup. Isn't that beautiful? It's a young team.
Hey man, I'll let you cook for a sec here. I'll let you cook.
I am cooking. I'm just saying, you gotta go big. You gotta go home. That's where I'm at right now. I want Juan Soto. I shoot for the
We're
moon.
in desperation mode, man. That's all I gotta say. We're in desperation
I'm telling
mode.
you can go out and get Cody Bellinger and Heimer Candelario, and I would like that. That'd be a cool deadline. But then when you don't win in the postseason, one of those 2 guys, if not both those guys, leave for agency, what'd you accomplish? You know what I'm saying? I want to accomplish something. I want something to be established. There needs to be something beyond just winning in the postseason this year. I need it to affect next year in a positive manner. You know what I'm saying? I need it. I need some sort of stabilization. From 2021, from 2020 to 2023, you have a different third baseman, a different first baseman, a different shortstop, a different. No, your second baseman is still the same because Glaber was. Who played second base in 2021?
For the Yankees?
Was LeMahieu, right?
Odor.
Oh my God,
Odor.
Right, dude. I'm thinking of all these randoms, but my point more so is, how many of these guys have stayed the same position? Right field, Judge. Center field's a revolving door. Left field,
he played center last year though,
even
so you can't even really say Judge. He played center field last year.
The only players to not have changed positions or not have to have a stable position is right field, DH, and that's it, right? So in the span of 4 years, your team changed dramatically. It's not like you've gone from an old team to a young team. You've gone from a young team to an older team. So it doesn't really feel like they're getting anywhere as an organization. I think you need to go younger. I think you need to try to build up a little bit, get a little bit better for next year, establish some sort of stable lineup and core, identify the guys you want here long term, and try to figure that out. If you can do that, man, this team will be good for a very, very long time, and they have the money and the finances to do so. They have to slow down for a second year, if you kind of get what I'm saying here.
Oh yeah, no, I do. I see your point completely. That's kind of all I gotta say about it. I see your point completely. Go big or go home, and at the same time, hit the brakes a little bit and fire your options a little bit and see if maybe going younger is necessarily the way to go and the method going forward, because at this point, it might have to be that way because, some of these guys on the roster are getting old, man, and it's, we're clearly seeing the effects of it. So, you know, that's kind of how it is. I don't have much to add on other than that, but I agree with what you said.
Yeah. I don't it's not good. It's really bad right now for the Yankees. Um, but hey, I think there's a way to figure this out. Trying to see because trying to see what we got here. Bring up the biggest for
Stinks that
left
they
field.
lost today because we didn't get to see your chain. We didn't get to see the chain today.
Yeah, no chain, no chain, no
We
chain
didn't
tonight,
get to see it
folks.
today.
It's a sad world we live in. Um, Chaparro is not a third baseman. I love Chaparro. He's still got to work on himself defensively. Dominguez is not major league ready right now. Wortvet, yeah, I think Wortvet would be cool. But yeah, no, I don't think this is happening, Daryl. I apologize. So yeah, not happening.
Yeah,
Um,
I should emphasize this too for anybody because we've seen this quite a bit as over the times we've streamed of people saying to call Dominguez. He's not ready, man. Yes, he looked awesome in spring training, but come on, he's not ready. If you're gonna, because I guarantee if you call him up right now, then he's gonna slump, and people are going to say, "Why did we call him up already? He should be back down in AAA." Da, 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 da. So
yeah, it's incredible.
Or they're gonna say, "Oh, Dominguez is a bust already. I hate him. Send him down. Trade for somebody else. Trade him for X player." So
I
we're not
think
calling up Dominguez right now, man.
no,
Like, we're
no,
not calling him up
definitely
right
not.
now. I've seen a handful of people suggest it and like genuinely suggest it, and I've even had friends who are Yankee fans
Yikes,
suggest it,
it's
and
rough,
I'm
buddy.
like, no, no, we're not calling him up. As much as Dominguez seems like an awesome prospect, all the whole 5 tool stuff and all that stuff, he's not big league ready. He's
No,
not. He struggled
mm-mm.
in Double A this year, quite frankly, as it is. And if you call him up right now, straight from Double A to face Major League pitching off the bat in Yankee Stadium, it's not gonna go well. I'm just being honest. It's not gonna go well. It's not. It'll sound awesome for day one. It's not gonna go good after that, though.
Yeah, no, it's a this is just a tough spot to be in, man. Trying to just kind of think here where we want to go with this conversation. Um,
Yeah,
let's
there's a
see.
lot of comments I think we should
Yeah.
touch on more.
Let's see. Postseason.
Got a good 37
I think
people
this is a
liking this
competitive
question.
offer. I think this is a competitive offer. I think this is. I think this is a very competitive offer. I think I would get a deal done. I
This
honestly, I
is a
think
real,
that
you know
I
what?
think
I'm
that
just
gets a deal
happy.
done. I think it's a
You know
deal
what?
doner.
I'm happy that we have a realistic offer in our comments right now. So, I can agree with that. This is definitely something that could maybe work. Do I think it's like a guarantee for it to work? No, but it's possible. It's possible. It's definitely realistic. This is a realistic trade option right here. It's realistic. So, yeah, maybe you can get it done.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And to some, maybe it sounds like too much, but at the end of the day, it's Juan Soto, man. If you can get that done with Juan Soto, you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
No, dude, you don't.
It's
It's
a
it's
it's a
wild.
lot of prospects, but superstar players cost a lot.
Yeah.
So that's the unfortunate reality, but they cost a
Them's be
lot.
the breaks. Them's be
Look
the
look how
breaks.
much look how much the Reds got for Luis Castillo. They got quite a bit, and they have one of the top shorts infield prospects, Noel V. Marte, still in the minor leagues, and they just called up Ellie De La Cruz. I mean that team's going to be good. But sometimes you got to do the moves to do the moves. At the time, the Mariners badly needed a pitcher, and they went and got that pitcher. They made the postseason, didn't get far, but they made the postseason. They got one step closer to where they wanted to be because they had not been a playoff team for 20 years. So sometimes you got to make moves that are difficult to make like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is. But this, this is where we're at in the season. So just gotta
And I
hope.
just want to say too, with the whole Reds thing, yeah, they look great right now with that young roster, but we all know deep down they're gonna have to add at some point some established talent.
Hmm.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. Because I mean, they may be doing good right now, but they're not gonna win a World Series with that team. They're not going to.
No, No, they are
They're not
not.
gonna win a World Series. That
That
team.
that's
They're
what
not
they would
gonna.
be doing.
They're gonna be the fun story, the cool team to watch, but they're not gonna win a World Series. They gotta
Right.
add some established star talent. They have to. You know, in theory, the term of going young goes fine, but you know, at the end of the day, you gotta add some sort of established talent to make a difference. I think you have to.
Mm-hmm.
I think you gotta do it.
Yeah. No, this is the time to go for it, but I don't where do you want to go next with this? Let's see. Teams literally in last place right now, trading for a bunch of guys. Why? Because Juan Soto is awesome. So like I don't give a like I just don't care. Yankees could be in 8th place in the American League East. They could be in 8th, and it's fucking Juan Soto. Go get Juan Soto. Like I don't I there's no
Forget,
negatives in going out and getting Juan Soto. There has never
forget.
been a negative with
We
getting
need to
Juan
realize
Soto
too
ever in
that
the
like
history of ever.
making moves like that, especially for someone like Soto who's still got a couple years left of team control, will make you better for a couple seasons. It's not just gonna make you. It's not just gonna be like a half-year rental. Yes, he might demand an extension, obviously, but you'll have team control over him. You'll have some time. You'll have a couple years to make some noise. And it's Juan Soto. We've wanted Juan Soto forever. We badly need an outfielder. Like, let's be for real here.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep watching IKF in left field every day? Do you want to keep watching Billy McKinney in left field every day or IKF or something? Do you want to keep watching that? As a team right now that wants to win the World Series, do you want to watch that? No.
No one
No.
does. We want to watch
No.
Juan Soto. We want to watch Juan. My goat. My king.
Exactly.
But moving on a little bit here from the Soto stuff, just kind of touching up some other topics. Let's see.
Yeah, it seems like some people aren't big fans of trading for Juan Soto. I
Then
understand
we
it
have
because
wrong
I
people.
want to
Wrong
know. I
people.
want to. I just want to acknowledge too. I understand some people may be hesitant to make a trade like that because I understand there's a haul of prospects you have to give up and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, and the way this business works, sometimes you have to make a move like that. Sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes it
Yeah.
works. Sometimes it doesn't. It happens, but sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes you
Yeah.
got to. If you want to be better or at least make yourself look competitive, you gotta do it. Because right
Yeah.
now the Yankees do not look competitive. I don't think any
They're
team right now is scared
terrible.
of the. I don't think any team right now is scared of the Yankees. So
I'm
you
not
know,
scared of them.
and I understand there are big price tags that come to these players. There's extensions and contracts and all this stuff you got to deal with. I get that 100%, and I know those are tough things to deal with. And I've also had moments where I've said no, I don't want to get X player because he's going to cost X amount of money and he's going to be in a long extension. It might not work out. We'd have to give up too much, etc., etc. I understand those viewpoints, but at the same time, I also see the side of you're gonna have to do it. So that's where I'm on it. I see both sides. I'm not someone that's like, it's definitely saying a certain thing has to get done, but that's just how it is. Sorry, these balloons got in the way of my camera. I have them sitting here
I
in my
do
bedroom.
not believe in difference of opinion, actually. I think Juan Soto must be a New York Yankee or else I will never be happy. I again have suffered my entire life from being short and not being able to talk to anyone. So I think Juan Soto solves all those problems, Dylan. I don't know what problem could it be solved by Juan Soto in the pinstripes. So
Hey, you
realistically
know what? There
speaking,
are no problems to it. But
there's no problem I
look,
get.
look,
There's no
man.
problem I'll ever
I'm
have in my
I
life.
I am I wanna also make it clear I am pro Juan Soto. I want to go get him, but at the same time, I just want to acknowledge that I do understand some people's viewpoints that maybe they think it's too much. But at the same time, this team's awful right now. If you want to actually do something this year, you might have to make the big ticket move. You might have to prove to first
Yeah.
you got to prove you're worthy of buying, but then at the end at it you got to actually do something. Show
Yeah.
some urgency once in a while. Show some urgency once in a while. That's all I gotta say. You know what I mean? Even
Yeah,
if
no,
it means giving
definitely.
up, even if it means giving up people you don't necessarily want to give up, you know, then you might have to do it.
Gotta work
And
gotta
maybe
work your tail off.
and I seen someone in the comments, LA Yankee King. He said, he's pro Juan Soto, but more so through free agency, not trade. I get that, but at the same time, San Diego's in a tough spot right now, so maybe this would be your best chance to swoop him now and then deal with his free agency in a couple years. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
No, definitely. But man, dude, it's a problem. We are experiencing issues with the New York Yankees that I am struggling with this, man. I really am.
Sad
Uh
time in Yankee-land,
this
man.
is this is not great. We are currently the season is actually officially over. It's all over. Saw the final scores go up. Division's over. No, but in all seriousness, I don't think we're gonna get to all these comments in one night because it's almost 1 o'clock. Not gonna lie, exhausted. You know, but Dylan, is there anything you think here that stands out isn't Soto related that we gotta talk about? We
Not
talked
much
about why we
other than,
suck. Talked about some Sotos.
yeah, there isn't much other than just, the team needs to come out tomorrow night looking a lot better. And hopefully tomorrow night we can come back on stream and talk about a win and not a loss.
Yep, a
Because,
Dubsky.
you know, like we do plan on going live tomorrow, correct? I just want to make sure like that's in the book still to go live after tomorrow night's game.
Right?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, if you're watching this, obviously you'll hopefully come back tomorrow night. Hopefully we don't start it at 11 at midnight. I was having technical issues before the stream. That's why we started a little late. But regardless, I just hope tomorrow that we can come back on here, talk about a win, talk some positive stuff. Maybe talk some more Juan Soto if you really want to. But hopefully just the vibes are a little better tomorrow because man, tonight was a really ugly loss, really disappointing. Not a good start off after firing the hitting coach. You bring in a new one, and the offense still puts up a dud. Not a great sign. It's one game though. I'm not going to draw a conclusion just yet. But at the end of the day, I want them to win. I want them to win this series. They can still win the series if they take the next two. That'll at least make me feel a little bit better. It won't make me feel amazing because this is a team you should sweep, but it'll make me feel a little bit better if you can still win the series. But they gotta do something, man. They gotta play better. If they don't play better, then we're gonna be in. It's not gonna be a fun stream tomorrow. It won't.
Yeah, no,
That's,
we need a dub, man. I need to win, man. I need to win. I need to win. I need the Yankees to win one, man. Just get me something going. This team's not exciting. I need something exciting, man.
yeah, we need
But
we need some fun stuff to talk about. Someone have a big game and it contributes to a win, please.
yeah,
Please. That's what I want to be able to talk about that.
that's all I really
You
got
know,
for you guys.
I don't, we don't want the same old story of this team's offense is bad, this team
Right.
sucks. We
No
want to talk
upside.
about wins. We come on here because we want to talk about good stuff, but we also can't ignore the bad stuff. And right now there is a lot of bad stuff going on in Yankee-land. So
Yeah.
we gotta acknowledge that and talk about it. We're not necessarily saying the season is over. They can still find, it feels over right now. I know you want to say it. But at the end of the day, they definitely can make some noise. They can get hot. It's possible for them to, but they got to figure it out. The offense sucks right now. I'll wait until we get more of what Sean Casey does as coach before I really throw an opinion on him. I think the players though need to make more improvements rather than the coach fix all the problems himself. I think it's on the players too, and the players need to turn it up a bit. Got too many guys with OPSs below 800. I actually don't. When I read it off earlier, I
Below
don't think
700,
anybody.
man.
Yeah, it's too many of them below 700. A lot of them below 800 too, and a lot of them hitting. Those guys under 800 are hitting like 240, 230. It's not good. Some of them hitting like 210. That's not
Yeah.
good. When you got too many guys up and down the lineup hitting with numbers like that, that's bad. And so basically, you know, the Yankees are not out of it. It's just not a good look right now. They're
Right.
pushing it. They're pushing it. They're pushing it. But it is not 100% over until a graphic I see on social media says New York Yankees eliminated.
Yeah.
Once I see that graphic, then it's over. It's not over yet. I know some fans hate that hate the optimism. I know. I get it. But, it's just the truth. They're not out of it yet. They can still find a way to get out of last place, and they can still find a way to get back in that wild card, but they got to make a change right now. They got to do something right now.
What's one small positive?
What's up?
Giancarlo Stanton kind of climbing right now.
Hey, you know
He's at
what?
99
He is.
WRC plus.
He's been better of late.
So, there's something.
Justin sent me a graphic. I figured I'd show everybody.
Yankee, New York Yankees
Yeah,
eliminate.
once we see this, on social media, then it's over. It's not over though. It's not over yet. But we're not there just yet. Hopefully we don't have to see that at all. You know what? Hopefully we don't have to see that at all, and we see that they won a World Series this year. I'm probably dreaming a little too much, but I'm holding out the optimism anyway. That's just how I'm gonna be.
Yeah. No,
But
definitely.
anyways, I know I'm just kind of rambling. Some people might have already left the stream, so with how it is, we'll come back tomorrow night. Hopefully we can talk about a win. We need Aaron Judge back. We need the offense to turn it up. We need a lot of things to happen. Give me Juan Soto. I'm
Yeah.
pro Juan Soto. I'm gonna make my stance clear on that. I am pro Juan Soto. But I do see people's viewpoints on it, whether it's a good idea or not. I'll leave it at that. We can agree to disagree all we want, but we'll be back at it tomorrow probably and talk about wins and hopefully some better stuff, because this was this was obviously a fun stream in terms of doing the stream, but we at least wanted to talk about wins. We were not happy to have to talk about a loss and our team being in last place. But I
Yeah.
know I'm rambling. Do you have any final thoughts, Ryan, before we close this out?
Let's not shit the bed tomorrow, or I guess today. Let's actually win a baseball game. Let's win a baseball game, guys. That's the best I got for you guys. I don't know what else I can say. I don't know what else Dylan can say that we haven't said already. And let's get good players.
We've
please.
said a lot.
We need the guy.
Yeah.
Let's just please. I'm begging. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this losing.
We've said a lot. Sometimes maybe some people are sick of hearing me speak for an hour, but if you love it, then you love it. It's awesome. But anyways, with how it is, let's just hope that, like I said, tomorrow hopefully is a better day. Let's hope it. Let's just hope.
Alrighty then. So everyone have a good night. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoy our content. Like, comment, and subscribe. You guys can check us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and of course this YouTube page. We have audio versions of our podcast. Those are on Apple Podcast and Spotify. You can follow our personal Twitter accounts. Those are above our heads. And if you guys are using Threads, we also have a Threads for Fireside Yankees, I believe. So go check that out as well.
Fireside Yankees, Yankees, and Giants. So if you're an Empire Sports Media fan in general, we're on Threads. We're everywhere now. So make sure you guys check those out.
Right, and most importantly, make sure you check out Empire Sports Media for all your favorite New York sports team content. We do great content on all these different great New York teams, so check us out there. We appreciate you guys so much tuning in. Have a great night, guys. Get some sleep. You need it. Peace out.